So this will be a pain in the butt. They'll get some pillaging off. But it definitely feels like he's going to be able to handle it with this faith purchasing much better. He could actually, if he ever got one here, he could actually potentially... I don't think you want to attack, though. You think you just want to continuously defend here. Yeah, attacking in is just insanity. You can't... There's no way you can attack into this. You 100% have to defend only. Defend your... On defense, you're basically a wash. You're slightly... Like, the Cossacks are actually winning. But if you attack into Gaul, you just die. So, at this point, he needs field cannons. He's at 2 turns metal casting, so he's probably like 5 turns because it's going to be boosted. He's probably 5 turns on field cannons. So he just holds. He holds with Cossacks. 4 turns, 3 turns, pretty good stuff. Does he have the card in yet? No. There's the pillaging occurring. I don't know if I would have moved him here. I think you want the support here. I would have moved him here for the support bonus, but he's already pillaged, so it doesn't really matter. So the pillaging is incoming. You just hold with Cossacks, and then the field cannons come in behind, and you put it to bed. So when you think about it, a lot of money, that's just a waste until you get a field cannon. That's just a waste shooting to give experience. Went into doing this. A lot of production. I mean, not a lot of production. It was mostly swords, because so he just basically 1 and 2 turned them. And it looks like all he's going to end up getting for it is pillaging about 8 or 10 tiles. He covers this. If he covers this like this pretty well, he gets to pillage, and then that's it. And all it really does is cost some faith. And he doesn't really need the faith that much. I mean, he could have used a couple builders out here, but still. The samurai coming in this way. He just skirted along here to get the borders, and then he's going to maybe jump up on here and go see what's going on. Yeah, solo samurai action. Temples are coming for more faith generation, which is good. 2 turns and 3 turns on a Cossack. The medieval walls. Ballistics and 2, like I said. What's the yields of the score right now? So let's take a look here. Tordred's 130 science. What was he before? Did he lose a lot of science off of trade routes there? I don't know. What's he been doing with his trade? He maybe has been sending his trade routes here, maybe. I was only ever seeing Japan trade routes here. You can see all these here. So my guess is they just start funneling in here, right? So this is going to be the trade routes instead of this. In reality, like Tordred's just going to get just a boost. It's going to cost him gold, but he's just going to get a huge tempo boost with food, like extra food and production. Actually, let's check eras. Is he a Dark Age by any chance? Tordred? Where is he? No, he actually made golden. Oh, wow. Whew. 3 people made golden. I was going to say, if he's got Dark Age, he could put in the isolation card and get an extra 2 food, 2 production on all those trade routes as well, but he can't do that because he's golden. Which means industrial golden is going to be tough for these guys. Almog made normal age gaming a thing. Only Dark Ages were Mvembe and Matthias. Speaking of which, let's take a look at this. The fight for Ayathea. Really good. I was surprised that Brazil didn't make a play here to control this. They've gotten their settlers out. They're extra wide now. More commercial hubs go down. Pre-building. 74 science to 119. There's no way they kill him now. He can faith by units, and he's ahead of both of them on science by a lot. Whatever window they may have had, they blew it by not getting their science up and putting pressure on. Almog lives forever, and probably nukes win the game. We'll keep an eye on Japan. Science maybe is the victory condition right now. Because Tordred's in a tight spot. He's got his 8 cities, but I don't know if he can do the things. He probably pushes Greece. Oh, wow. That's bad timing. Fortunately for him, they didn't see this, so they can't push it right now. Try and heal up. What is Greece's science? 79? Tordred kills Greece here, I think, as well. Tordred kills Greece, I believe. This is going to be the situation. A writer and an artist. He'll have a couple more coming here. Another one there. So this is going to be really good. Like, he's going to be able to hold this quite easily. And like I said, when he hits field cannons, he'll be able to he's actually got he went and grabbed a crossbow. So not a bad idea, actually. Faith buy some crossbows right now and then use gold to upgrade. Although their gold situation is pretty weak. They're still getting killed in gold. Corny's still making a fortune. They didn't really change much at all. If they'd have gone +5 here, or even -5 on the muskets, would have been a big difference maker compared to where they're sitting now. Okay, so Renaissance Gaming incoming. Limes is in, I'm sure. Medievals are going up. And Renaissance will follow shortly thereafter. Kilwa. Corny loves himself some Kilwa. Let's see what he's doing on Diplo. Corny is controlling right now not a single city-state. I'm sure he's got plans to take one eventually, but he doesn't control any right now. So Kilwa will be nothing to him. Trupp actually controls 2 religious city-states. He's actually getting both religious city-states at the moment. Almog's getting shut out there as the other ones died. Speaking of which, Ayuthea, Catapult, Field Cannon. Yeah, this dies here before too long. Only the 1 unit. It'll be dead shortly. Cahokia is actually being controlled. Corny could kill it, and he couldn't keep it, but he could kill it. If he's not going to control it, he could kill it because it's being controlled by the other guys. They're actually doing really well. Honestly, city-state control by far is being run by TBS. Or BTS. Not TBD. 1, 2. Only 2 are being controlled by TBD, whereas the rest are all being controlled by BTS. Or no one at all. That's pretty crazy, actually. He's going to need to cover this off. He doesn't want to let him get behind. So, first move these guys down a couple. He's cored them up, which is actually really helping him. He's cored them up, which is going to help him win these battles much better. He loses them on attack. He's actually backing away completely. He's backing away completely, not wanting to have his units shredded. It's all the same, yeah. Russia's tourism is currently sitting at 127. 300 defense on Corny is by far enough right now. By the way, I apologize for those of you who don't enjoy watching others eat. But I'm starving. And the fruit salad has arrived. Repairing the audience chamber. IBS. Never a good time. Yeah. Rifling in 1. Getting a little bit of an industrial push here with an engineer. He's seeing frontline scouts and archers is never a good time. Ouch. He'll be able to defend with field cannons. He just doesn't have many of them. What's the gold situation on the team? Good enough that he could upgrade this to a field cannon, which he'll want to do soon. These should probably all start building units as soon as possible. Did you tip the Uber Eats number? Get her number. She gets tipped as often as I can, Moondoggy. And I got her number. Don't you worry. Yeah. Tordred's one of the best players in the world. Some people may even say the best. And I'm pretty sure he kills Grease here. Because these will just he'll start to push industrial. He's got a ton of pre-builds going. And he'll turn them into tanks and just roll them over. It'll be ball game for Grease. He's back in the water. I don't know. I want some opinions from you guys in chat. Do you think that Gaul got enough value for their money in the pillaging that got done here for producing and upgrading all of these muskets? Do you think the value was there? Anybody in chat have an opinion on that? Thoughts? Flat? Not at all. Yeah, I mean, it cost him, like I said, it cost him faith, but that's kind of it, right? All it cost him was faith. And really, maybe what? Maybe 10 to 15 turns worth of faith? Easy for moderately sized Ben. JJ. Moderately sized Ben getting minimal return on his investment. Big L. Yeah, I mean, he didn't have the card. He wasn't getting a ton out of these gold pillages, I don't think. He maybe made back the gold a little bit, but probably not all the gold. That being said, he can throw these muskets down here and push Grease this way and help kill Grease very easily. They're not necessarily useless. He can get work done here. He could still do work with these muskets. Well, yeah, he could. He could come down here, and that's a very good point. Well, he could actually come and do this city pretty hard. If anything, he needs to send a couple of these. Oh shit, this is blocked. It's a long journey. I hope he starts faith buying them here. He's actually got the faith. He should see this and faith buy one right now. He can't. He's got to move this guy. Move that scout out of the way. And start faith buying. Tunnels, yeah. Engineer a clock right now. Some Cursors being built here. Everybody's kind of getting their Cursor pre-builds. And like I said, nobody's knocked science out of the park at all. Turn 80. Like, turn 80 and 3 of the guys on the team don't even have 100 science. Maybe Campus O'Clock was about 40 turns ago. I mean, turn 80, you can start to have tanks. Turn 82, turn 84, depending on how you're going. Depending on what kind of start you got. Turn 86, turn 88 if you're average, maybe. it looks like Tordrid on 8 City Katarja with almost no mountains will have tanks at about turn 87. If I had to guess. Well, the Cossacks don't fare nearly as well on foreign land. They're much more of a defensive unit. He's going to wish some of these were sitting down here in a minute. Not nearly as much to pillage, but the city could be taken easily with this many muskets. To do a quick wall repair? Not really. He needs units. This bombard will tear those walls apart. He needs steel to stop these. No. He's going back to heal this one. But yeah, a couple bombards tear the walls down again anyway. Pike and shots are a good idea. Some pike and shots are a good idea. Yeah, that's a good point, Alistair. He might not know, right? Like, he doesn't know, I would imagine, that this is completely isolated. For all he knows, these Cossacks could be here in a turn and a half, right? For all he knows, there's Cossacks lined up here that he brought down or whatever. Yeah, it's a very good point. What happened to that? Yeah, there you go. Samurai got here. He bought a Cossack. Little Cossack on Samurai action. There's a spy in the nearby city, is there? Oh, there's a spy here, but yeah, this spy wouldn't have seen all this. Unfortunately, I can't click on perspective to see whether or not they've seen that. I don't think they'd have information on this. They had a unit standing here, so they would have saw this. They probably figure that there's probably room here, I would imagine. They must imagine that there's a pass through there. There's no way to really know one way or another. That's a tough break right there. They bought a field cannon and it's almost dead. Oh. Fortunate that there's no spy in this city. If there was a spy in this city and they saw that. Yeah, the field cannon will give them more value here than... See, another mistake, too, is he should have had the buildings in this so he could be making field cannon cores. I mean, you had to know this was coming. He made a super early barracks, got a super irrelevant general, and then never went back to it. I mean, you had to know it's Tordrid. I mean, it's industrial push all day long here. This is just... I can't believe how boring this has been. Like, they just let Almog do Ethiopia things. And sim up and out-sim him. And did put no pressure. They just did nothing. All those commercials that they did, they have Pangaea in the cap. Sitting on 81 science, there's no way that he's doing Pangaea internals. The trade routes are probably going to the cap. He probably doesn't even have Pangaea internals on. Oh, Ethiopia is not dying. I said 20 turns ago Ethiopia lives. They have higher... Ethiopia has 159 science. Neither one of his neighbors has over 90. Ethiopia has finished rifling this turn. He's going to have tanks before anything. If anything, Ethiopia counterattacks. If anything, Ethiopia starts killing somebody. He chooses which one he wants to kill, and he goes and kills them with tanks. I saw some cuirassiers coming. Cuirassier pre-builds. or cuirassier, however you want to say it. If anything, Ethiopia does the killing now. This is Pangaea, yeah. Pangaea, except Corny, who never pivoted to science all that hard. University's coming online, though. Making a Statue of Liberty play. Can you chop it? No. He did make Renaissance Wall gaming, though. Yeah, he went Renaissance Walls in a lot of cities. So he's going to be killing it. Renaissance Gaming. Yeah. Renaissance Gaming in a lot. Almost all. Every one of his cities has Renaissance Walls. Or is either that or is currently in the process of building them. Except for where he's building Bolshoi. Renaissance Gaming. Catch the wave, ladies and gentlemen. It has arrived. He leaves map. Yeah. He purchased a private island for this game. Look at the size of the borders on Taruga, by the way. That's hilarious. Just robbing tiles from all the neighbors. All those cities that he settled, tiles robbed. Above Gifu? Wait, who has Gifu? What is Gifu? Sorry. Corny? I didn't see it. I thought Gifu would be corny, but I don't see Gifu. Oh, here. Oh, yeah. He's probably just leaving it. Nobody else is ever going to get it. Maybe when he gets the tech. He actually probably has. Actually, he's started going top tree. I thought he was on ballistics earlier. Maybe he has ballistics, but yeah. Bolshoi City, yeah. I thought Gifu was a Japan city, but then I ran through here and didn't see it. Yeah, these guys are going to land here and head in and create a problem there. And actually, they're hitting Greece from every side now. Almog's purchasing Grandmaster Chapel units. He'll shift under these out so they survive. And just running around and causing havoc. And maybe get some levels on his cuirassiers and turn them into tanks. Pretty good bounce back here. Greece is on military, so he's kind of getting caught up. Still just 97 science, though. Tree got boosted for him. Yeah, I'm not sure what'll happen here. He's got the general. He could probably move in at the end, get a couple kills. He probably doesn't want to sacrifice the units because he knows he's going to turn them into tanks soon, right? He's going to have steel here shortly. It'll get boosted at the very least if he doesn't already have it boosted. Oh, wow. Where's their gold at? A lot of gold sitting around. He's gone and pre-built artillery. Steel in 3-4 turns. Artillery come in here. And he just goes to town. As soon as he takes one city, he'll just upgrade to tanks. Use it as an upgrade city. Yeah, like Russia's doing Russia things. He's getting more theater scores down here. Tourism sitting at 200. I mean, he just needs to just grow so much faster. Too much defense early. There was too much defense early on Russia's play. Which explains why Japan and Gaul were doing what they were doing. Running projects, building theater squares. Renaissance gaming over here as well. just insane amount of control they're going to have over Congress with all this Renaissance stuff happening. Okay, so nice little push here. Almog's going to have to put something in play in order to keep this city. And I don't think it's going to happen. So this city is lost. But he'll be perfectly fine. Military encampments going down. Spies are in action right here. Keep in mind, they've never seen this land. They've never seen any of Japan. And they've only ever really seen to, like, right... Oops. They've only really ever seen to, like, right about here. So they haven't seen most of his land. They've never seen any of Gaul's cities. They've never seen any of Japan's cities. So most of the spying available is only here. Well, they haven't even probably seen... Well, actually, Greece probably had some units up in here, I think. So they probably have seen most of this. Actually. And even, I think there's actually even scouts down through here for Hungary. How did they not do anything? They just didn't do anything. Like, oh, by the way, frigates o'clock. Frigate Armada is taking this down. Now, does he have a unit to go grab it? He does have the samurai he could run in there eventually. He's actually bringing a knight over. This city dies. He'll delete that city. So in Mbembe, he went 5 cities, commercial hubs first, and has had garbage science all game. So no push was ever viable. And Hungary went 5 or 6 cities and still doesn't have campuses in the capital or in the second city, which is just unbelievably sad. I don't even know what's happening. I don't know anything about what's happening in here. He went Gov Plaza second city into a commercial hub, and what else has he built? An encampment. He's almost... He could build a campus on the Government Plaza. Like, what's happening here? Why is there not campuses on this Government Plaza right now? He built the campus here. He still doesn't have the university. I mean, he does have the one good campus there as well. This city's pop. He put the city down. It's pop 5. He still hasn't even placed a district. He hasn't even placed a district. Yeah, I mean that. I don't know. Maybe just a bit of a skill gap. I don't know, guys. The Cossacks are on the move. And maybe they come down here to try and defend this, I guess, is the play. They're worried about this moving in. The artilleries have been upgraded, so steel is in play. Combustion and 7 on Tordred. He'll be boosting it himself, so he'll be a while on tanks, but that's okay. He's just sitting back here waiting. The road's already been built. The artillery come in here. You step in. Maybe he probably even takes this first, actually. He's just sitting here. Come in here like this. The artillery tear the city down. He's fixing the walls there now. It's not going to matter. The Kirasurs take the city after the artillery has destroyed it. Once he owns the city, he 9. Oh, there's 10. Once you take the city, you upgrade the cuirassiers into the combustions tanks, and then it's just clear sailing. Greece, still not even 100 science. They're 3 turns on rifling. They're not going to get to steel in time to stop most of this. And even when they get to steel, there's enough artillery there to take down plenty of walls. Give me like 3 seconds, guys. I'll be right back. Needed to get rid of my bowl so that the dog would stop scratching at the door. Mountain tunnel in volcano. Mountain tunnel in volcano. Tordred's into golden right now. I don't know if he's going to get it. They're probably looking at Dark Age, which is fine. He can put the Dark Age card in, right? He can put in Valor or whatever it's called, Twilight Valor. Because he went triple golden. All of these guys went triple golden, actually. Almog went normal age gaming. And Russia went triple golden also. But, yeah, so they're both... I would say they're all probably looking at Dark Age. Which isn't the ideal way to do it. Generally, like golden, dark into heroic is the ideal push to get like a modern push going with your tanks and artillery. But there's nothing wrong with Twilight Valor as well. We'll on Dark Age. We'll get the job done also. Yeah, it'll be GG's Greece. Yeah, he'll have he'll have the artillery step in and wipe the city out. And then he'll have just enough cuirassiers or cuirassiers to he doesn't have blast moves, that's for sure. Yeah, these artillery will just go bang, bang, bang. There's more of them here. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, it's a ball game. That's how you do that. Combustion in 5. So he'll probably even just take this city in the meantime, and then he'll probably be tanks to the rest. Right now, these cuirassiers are just pillaging for gold to fund this. Is essentially what's happening. Almog sends in these guys, pillage all the land, take all the gold. Like you can see all these, every single one of these lumber mills is just gold that they got. Mines, all of this is just gold. More gold. Killing science here. He's actually on the move there. Yeah, just pillage all this. And that's funding all the artillery upgrades. Easy peasy. Yeah, it's hard times. It's kind of just you're playing against the best team in the world, right? Until they're dethroned, they will be they'll hold that moniker as the best team in the world, and they're just in the deep end of the pool right now. Yeah, they're all cores. Yeah, they're all cores. You guys can see that? Eh? Maybe you're watching on a phone or something, but yeah, they're all cores. They are indeed all cores. And there's nothing you can do to stop this. It's like we've been saying all day, right? If you're way, way ahead on science, if you get your industrial modern push before they get it, this is how you win games. And they know it. It's easy. They actually have some armies coming in here that all that heavy Greek culture coming into play. Oh, they've actually managed to hold this somehow. Did he take it back again? What? Almog's got combustion in 4, so he's actually going to boost it for Tordred. Almog's science is at 184 now. Just Ethiopia things. 228 faith. Built some really good campuses. Really solid game from Almog, actually. You can tease him all you want, but he's having a good game right now. Really nice campus setup here. And, yeah, he's got top science in the room. Actually, no, I shouldn't say that. Ben's actually got top science in the room. By the way, everybody, we haven't been back to admire it. Maybe some of you missed it. Did anybody miss the 12 Culture Petra? Did anybody miss that? The 12 Culture Petra. It's pretty poggers, honestly. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Sorry, 10. Sorry, 10 culture. Yeah, sorry, it's not completely surrounded. Yeah, good point. 10. It's a 10 culture Petra. My bad. I don't know why I was saying 12. It's obviously 10. Math is not difficult, people. Come on. Yeah, poor Greece is feeling the burn right now. They're feeling it. It's tough, right? Like, you're taking your shots. It's like, okay, we got to... I mean, this guy's just going to leave, and he's going to be replaced by 4 more. It's not going to matter. It's a lot of production for 10 culture. Yeah, I mean, it's not beautiful. Obviously, you would prefer that there was some hills being used. Yeah, I mean, you could have put anything there, right? He lost out on the pyramids, but yeah. 10 culture. Is it a lot of production, though? I mean, he built it fairly late. He's on Byrex. He built it pretty... In fact, he built it really quick. He might have actually built it with... To be honest with you, I think he probably built it with... Because it appeared out of nowhere. I think he may have just popped an engineer on it, to be honest with you. He just popped an engineer charge on it, if I'm not mistaken. Seems more like 3 Golden Age points, Petra with the side benefit of 10 culture. Yeah, maybe a little bit, though. Yeah, kind of that, yeah. I think for a late build, it's probably fine. Plus, the Civ has excess production compared to every other. Yeah, I think it was a fine play. I think I liked it a lot. Flame God, thank you for the 100 biddies, by the way. I appreciate that. These muskets have finally found a new home. Not fun when you've only got 2 movement or 3 movement, but you're climbing through jungle and stuff. So this guy actually ended up having a promotion. So he stepped up here, took the promotion. It made no difference. The artillery stepped in next turn. He's making the road. So the artillery step in next turn. The city dies. Ooh, that hurts. The Cossack corps are coming in here to give a little bit of help. But I mean, there's not really any win condition in play. I think if I'm BTS though, hey, you're on the world stage. You're playing against the best team in the world. Just have fun. Take it to the end. Learn from your mistakes that you make. Watch the best and the best there is. Go at it and take the experience. It was sneak out but settling. What? Candy? What? What am I talking about? Doesn't feel overly safe. What does Greece have a safety settler? Oh, they wouldn't. They might. They could. There's a settler they've got going here to send north. I have no idea where they can put it though. Like, this is not safe. This is not safe. And this is a long ways away, considering how fast he's going to die. If you bought it right now, and the Cossacks kind of led you through here, but this is a lot of rough terrain. There's no road to catch till you get to here. You could just fly through here. You know, you could fly through here, catch this road. But you've got to get all the way over here. That's 20 turns of travel. There's no way he's alive in 20 turns. Not even remotely alive in 20 turns. Tordred's got combustion in 2. So he takes this city next turn, and then the turn after that, these all become tanks. Well, not all of them. The artillery all become tanks. The cuirassiers become tanks. Oh, he got a unit. Rip pre-build. Does he not have a way in? He can go over here. Can this guy go? And then yeah, he turns on all these cuirassiers into tanks, and then it's just party time. By the way, look at the Diplo favor on these two going through the roof with all the Renaissance walls. Like, it's just absolutely broken. It's absolutely broken. Look at the freaking Diplo favor. Every one of these cities has Renaissance walls. Every city on both sections has Renaissance walls. They could CC soon, or they could just play it out and enjoy. Looks like he's not going to get the... Does he not have movement on either of these guys? No. So he has to wait till next turn to take it. He's actually switched off to cartography in order to save some production. Or some science, I mean. Is it a government? No, it's a new adjustment that was made in the base game that hasn't been adjusted in BBG yet at all, which I'd imagine there's going to be some sort of a nerf. Renaissance walls now give +2 Diplo favor per turn when you're in monarchy. Is it when you're in monarchy or all the time? Now I'm getting confused. Just in monarchy, I think. It's just when you're in monarchy, right? Yeah, there you go. Yeah. I was pretty sure it was just when you're in monarchy. Thanks, guys. So yeah, you just stay in monarchy. Monarchy is much better now with only 2. It's got 2 wild cards, or 2 militaries instead of 3, and then it's got a couple wild cards. So it's a really good government right now. It gives you all that Diplo. Gives you all that. What do you call it? Diplo favor as well, and then envoys control. It gives you bonus envoy points, so you get city-state control. So monarchy gaming, it's monarchy Renaissance gaming all day long. The legacy card gives Diplo favor too. No, you can switch out to monarchy once you get to like democracy or fascism. Yeah. Japan. Well, Japan and Gaul got free sim. Indonesia was on the front lines. They got a little modest push early with a couple swords and a general, but for the most part, they just played scared, and Torja got to do whatever he wanted. It was kind of half free sim, half not. He had to be a little careful, but yeah, basically Hogue. Yeah, to get your own giant island on a Pangaea map is completely broken. Running theater square projects. He's just having good times now. I mean, they know the writing's on the wall. He's just doing whatever he wants. Statue of Liberty in 2. Yeah, it's not really... It's actually... Building the Renaissance walls is really just defense to make sure that there was no cheese coming in. Build Statue of Liberty and build Renaissance walls, and you don't have to worry about getting Diplo bait. Pretty easy. So, gold being spent on the front lines for tanks. This was inevitable, but then the tanks change it. Ben crashed. Yeah, I love it. Like it's so nice. 8 city setup. 8 city setup. You got a 12 city setup over here on Japan, but I mean, why not when you have the space and the free sim? You get 12 cities. Why not? You're going to do culture things. Ethiopia with monumentality can do monumentality things. It's when it's cheaper, it's worth getting more than 8. And then yeah, I don't like the thing, and maybe I don't like to be negative and super critical, but my thought on the Mvembe gameplay here was got 5 pretty quick cities and then just sat there for quite a long time. I feel like you want to, like, you get to 5, it's fine, raise them up a bit, then go get to 8 quicker than he did. Get your science up and become relevant in the war. He got to 5, sat there, commercial hubs, I'll get all the great merchants, good to go. And then it just kind of stalled out and nothing ever happened. Never got relevant in science, never got relevant in any sort of sim category. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, built 5 settlers, and now they have 10 cities. It's like, well, maybe 8 was the number, right? There's no point in building over 8 unless there's incredible value in the cities. I didn't notice it on pause on my end. There. So, yeah, I felt like that could have been a bit of an improvement. And then similar kind of things here, like, just didn't, like, I already talked about it. I mean, if you can't get to 100 science by turn 100, then you're doing a lot of things wrong. Unfortunately. Oh, by the way, we missed this city getting taken. He still hasn't upgraded to tanks, but he has done some tanks. Yeah, this is just going to be over really fast. The interesting battle might be here, actually. The tank counterattack over here is going to be the interesting situation. Spy. Just want to make sure he's got spies in both. He doesn't. No, he does not have a spy on Hungary right now. He should probably get another spy. Getting armories down. So he's a little late on that. He's a little bit late on that. It's going to be a long rollover. This is what happened in our BTS game. Is we were beating BTS pretty bad, and then there was long rollovers, and some national parks going down. There was some long rollovers. Where's Russia? Tourism's at 380, but the defense is 408 now. And they were trying to decide whether or not they wanted to continue with the game. And it was around this time, turn 90-ish. And it was just like, do we? Do we not? And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, no, that's good. GG's. And they decided not to. The writing was on the wall anyway. Yeah, they got their science up. The other guys didn't, other than obviously Russia. Russia had a pretty solid game. I would have liked to have seen them running the science card earlier and maybe recognize their powerful position in the game and, maybe made a push to tanks to come down and help. Maybe they could have made a push on tanks here or a push on tanks here or whatever. Like, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what he's going to do in here with all this. Do they have the gold? What's their gold output? 285. Torger's at negative 88. They don't have the gold. Like, this is just a waste. This is a pretty big mistake. Making like he didn't have iron, so he's like, oh, I guess I'll just make some heavy chariot cores. But he's never gonna be able to upgrade these. They just don't have the gold. They just don't have the gold. Like, this is balanced. I mean, Corny's making really good money, but I don't know if they're gonna want to waste it on what is it, like 400 and something gold to upgrade one heavy chariot into tank. Feels like they held on to Culture Dream for too long. Well, I mean, I think the Culture Dream was probably the only dream they had. So yeah. Come kill that. Actually, that thing was on 1 HP to take the city. That was funny. Probably got a promo out of it though. Yeah. Zoink. And then the tank probably one taps it. Does he have a full strength tank? No. This one probably doesn't then. He might be able to... No. One more tank would have done it, I think. I don't think he has one in range. Nope. Ben made all of these muskets, and the things are so damn slow. he is like, he can't have any impact on the war because by the time he's pillaging, I guess, for gold, which I guess could upgrade some of those Elmog tanks. But I mean, by the time Elmog gets any of this here, it's going to be over. Like, it's just, yeah. Yeah, good luck. Good luck with those field cannons knocking into steel walls. Let me know how it turns out for you. Yeah, these tiles, these units will all be deleted here shortly. Oh, and by the way, we missed it, but yeah, he brought a knight over. What do you do with the knight? Put it back in the water, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, he was taking the city down with this frigate, and he rolled the knight up inside and slapped it. And he could do the same thing here, actually. I can't imagine he's anywhere close to steel. He actually went industrialization. He just decided to go top tree, say to hell with it. Is there any hope that the Ethiopian pusher will be killed by steel? He has steel in 6 turns. So it's unlikely he gets there before steel, so he would need artillery. Or he'd have to be in 2 arms. If you're in 2 arms with tank cores, you can take down steel walls pretty hard. With like 3-4 shots of tank cores. But it looks like Heroic Age will be missed on Hungary. Heroic Age will be missed here. Yet another golden for Russia. Every golden they've made. GG's. And it'll be Dark Age Gaming for everybody except for Corny, who will be Normal Age Gamer. Yeah, Haydn. He was Turbo Free Sim on a giant island. And he just did culture things to defend Russia while they did everything else. He has Statue of Liberty next turn. He just, yeah. I think the writing was kind of always on the wall in this game anyway, and I think he just was like, hey, this would be fun. I'll just free sim this island all day. And that's what he did. He free simmed the hell out of it. Flood barrier is a clock. International trade routes. Qatarja will no longer be cancelled on trade routes in 2 turns. So the internationals can, or sorry, the domestics can go back to internationals. You know, depending on how long this game goes. Yeah, no, it wasn't a shit island. It was the land The land was mediocre in spots. Like there was like this isn't worth settling here. There's a lot of crap in here, obviously not worth settling, but I mean, if you want to call this mediocre or shit, you can go right ahead, but I'm going to have to call you full of it. Definitely not mediocre. Definitely not mediocre. That's a pretty poggers capital if you ask me. Definitely a worthwhile city here. Yeah, there's nothing. I mean, it was average. Some of it was pretty average land, but he was able to find spots for 12 pretty good cities. And yeah, with the adjacencies that you can make with Japan and half-price theater squares. I mean, look at this. Oh, it doesn't show it in. It doesn't show the numbers, but yeah, these are all. Look at this setup. That's some pretty nice districting right there. Japan things. I think we're getting some slow rollovers again. I'm not sure what BTS has in mind for length of game here. Tordred's pivoting to top tree to go get balloons, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, flight here. They'll probably, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but he'll probably buy a balloon or two and come into... Oh, actually, he actually already has his artillery. Oh, and look at, there's a meteor here that nobody's gotten yet. GG's. There it is. Totes ignored. Sorry, Moondoggy. I'm talking half.
History is written from the hand of the victor.
That's the ball game. Sorry, Moondoggy. I'm not sure. Totes ignored. Greece, to a lesser extent, Congo defend tanks, but otherwise, hell, isn't that screamingly obvious?
A glorious tomorrow.
Yeah, they had to go much earlier. They needed to push Ethiopia earlier and not let them just do Ethiopia things and monumentality things. That's the ball game. That's the ball game. Let me go in here and see if I can't find a place to chat with these guys. Where's the staging? Maybe. I don't know. Maybe there's good. Hopefully, some peoples will come talk. I'm sure the guys will come say hello. GG's. That's it. It was only a matter of how long they wanted to endure the pain. Eventually, it's not about experience. It's just about getting beat up, right? And they were getting beat up pretty bad. Yeah, first question. The first question for Corny. That'll be the first question for Corny, for sure. Ignored. Maybe they'll come talk. Maybe they don't want to. They don't want to chat the norm. I don't know. Usually post-game interviews pretty common. I can sell you the trademark. I also have a bridge if you're interested. Yeah, they needed to pressure this. The biggest thing is get their science up, right? They have an opportunity to take one of the people out of the game on a 2v1. Perfectly fine setup to do so. And they didn't get their science going. They didn't do anything to become relevant and help, right? Like early push is fine, but it's much more about, do some sort of a musket push or something to wear them down. Somebody gets to industrial, get industrial push. Somebody gets to tanks, get your science up, keep it going, keep the pressure on. Ethiopia is so strong, and he just fell back into these mountains and it was easy peasy. Have you seen the bridge? The Bridge of Destiny. I sent Tordred a message there. Let's see if they want to do a talk, or I don't know. You could ask Corny if he wants to. Okay. Doesn't sound like anybody really wants to. Tordred's headed for a nap. Not interested in a chat. I sent Corny a message. I think I'm the last person, right? So I can just pause it and it's not going to interrupt anybody's. Yep. Doesn't sound good for a post-game chat, I guess. They don't want to talk about their spoils of victory. Flame God, thank you for the 100 biddies. I'm pretty sure. Thank you for that. Anks, thank you very much for the follow. The Foam Hat, Wicked Stranger, King Colossal. I'm pretty sure I missed those follows. Luguina Sveni, thank you very much for the follow. Arrowhead, why? I probably missed a bunch of follows. It was a pretty crazy day. I thank you very much for the support, guys. I really do. Yeah, I think we're going to get shut out when it comes to post-game analysis. So in that case, I'll give them another, 60 seconds or something. Maybe they ran to the bathroom. Tordred's not interested. I talked to Corny, or Messenger Corny. I'll give him a minute. I missed. Don't forget to. Yeah, Corny. Yeah, unfortunately, we're going to be shut out, I think. Yes, guys. Thank you, Flame God. A post-game analysis: give defending champs free sim and they'll win. Yeah, basically give the defending champs anything, other than absolute dog shit, horrible spawn, and they're gonna do it. Science is king. Production is king to get you there, but the science is what matters. They got it. The other guys didn't, and it was GG's. was GG's. Okay, I'm going to call it there. Thank you very much, folks. There's nobody doing Civ 6 casting things that I can find, so I guess we'll just leave it. You guys can run off to do whatever you please and find whoever you want to watch, and maybe at some point an auto host will occur. I'm glad you guys enjoyed. Absolutely fantastic hype day. CWC's in full swing. It was a rough day for Zoc, even though we didn't play. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's going to be a rough time getting into the playoffs now with the big upset that occurred. So we're going to see what happens. I'll keep you updated in Zoc Feverland this coming week. Seb, I'll talk to you next week as well, of course. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And I'll let you know what's going on tomorrow, but something will happen. We'll cast. Oh, there's a second. We're going through analysis right now. Oh, well, but just a second. I've just been given a response from Corny. Maybe. Joy winning. Yeah, Joy won was a big upset. Well, I mean, Joy's a good team, but I did not see them beating Ulysses today coming, and that gives them a really strong position to go into the playoffs. And now that we've lost to CC, we're in a really difficult spot to get a top 4. We may end up needing help. We'll have to see. Maybe get a tiebreaker. I'm not sure how that'll work. We're going through analysis right now. 1 sec. I mean... Okay. The problem is even if we beat Joy, they've got 3 wins now. And we've got 1. So we beat Joy, we've got 2 wins, and we'd have to beat TBD to get to 3 to make a difference on Joy. At this point, it's about beating CC... it's about beating Joy and then hoping CC loses both their games. And I think that may cause a tiebreaker. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to sit. Hang tight. He said 1 second. I'll say okay. I've jumped back into staging chat. Maybe they'll come and say hello. Maybe they won't. But I'm not going to sit here all day.
Hello.
Hello, Corny. How are you?
Very good.
Okay. GG's.
GG.
Chat has a really important question they want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
They want to know exactly how much money it cost you to get your own private island on this map.
I don't know. I liked the first map better that we played, where I tagged straight bronze.
Yeah, it was the first map was going to be a lot more fun actually. I think than this map. This was a little bit more isolation for a lot of people. Obviously, you and Ben were completely. In fact, I don't think they ever saw 1 inch of either of your islands or either of your lands or whatever. But yeah, it was very interesting game. I was. Another question: when you were watching the draft, did you get a little bit befuddled by their picks?
I mean, I know that they like to pick Congo. I don't think that's a good choice.
Yeah, well, I don't think Congo's a great choice either, and chat let me know as well that they enjoy Congo. But I thought Peter, okay, great, fine, and then Pericles seemed like a bit of an odd pick.
I mean, they wanted to go all into culture, and that's fine.
and then just stack Mbembe on top of it. It's
All in. I
all
mean, it's
all
okay
in.
strategy.
Yeah, okay. I'm just curious. It seems
You can do it with other picks though. Maybe that might work a bit better.
yeah. It was a hard all in, but I mean, at the end of the day, they had to be going into the day thinking, okay, we're not particularly good at the game, and we're playing against the best team in the world, so we probably
Wow, flattery.
well, I mean, until somebody beats you, you guys are the defending champions, and even on top of that, made adjustments to your roster. So, I
I
mean,
mean, we were forced to. Sure.
so I don't know. I'm come from sports background. Until you get knocked off the podium, then you're the champions. I don't know. Anyway, you guys obviously a great team, and
Sure.
and you played well, and you got the win. So congratulations. Is
No, we
there
made few mistakes this game for sure. Like
okay?
we lost Oracle, that wasn't necessary.
You know
We
you.
voted weirdly during Congress, that also wasn't necessary, and forced me to build fucking Renaissance walls.
Yeah, welcome to Renaissance Gaming, right?
Ah,
Yeah, Nerf when. So that was going to ask you that. So the other thing I was going to say, and I'll ask you about the Renaissance. So I was going to mention, and I was going to tease Ben. He actually got slaughtered on Oracle. He was.
yeah,
It
he
was.
knew.
It was like you could see the turns counting down. I could see the turns counting down. I'm like, is anybody going to chop it? Is anybody going to chop it? And then slot ordered.
I mean, he didn't have to go that many cities into Oracle. He could have just waited on less.
Yeah.
I mean, we discussed that.
Yeah, he had a beautiful Coliseum. 7 city Coliseum setup was really nice.
And look at the banger Petra.
I know the
as well.
banger Petra 10. So some people in chat were like, "Is it worth the production for 10 culture?" And I was like, "Well, it's also 3 years score." But Doe made a good
He
point.
didn't
there.
need it for golden. He just made it.
He just
I mean,
made
he
it.
had the engineer.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I
not a big
said. I was pretty
investment.
sure he engineer popped it. Probably not the best use of it, but I mean, he could have put any wonder there. I think Pyramids is already
Sure.
going pretty early, so I think that's probably why he couldn't do that. But yeah, I was going to ask you about Renaissance gaming, and
I hated it.
yeah, it's
But we had to, like,
yeah.
in my opinion.
No, I agree.
Just-
And then all of a sudden, the thing is that as soon as you do it, all of a sudden you were like, you go from like things were pretty equal, and then you and Ben both did it, and then all of a sudden you guys had like 500 plus, like so fast.
I'm making 35 to favor Felter now.
Yeah, it just breaks the
It's
game.
disgusting.
Yeah. So my question for you is, how would you nerf it? Make it one, make Renaissance a lot more expensive, nerf limes, combination.
I think, like, maybe just nerf limes. I don't know.
Nerf
Like, that
limes.
card deserves a nerf, in my opinion.
Yeah, it probably already deserves a nerf. Jack's already on that bandwagon.
I don't know if we need to do something else as well. I wouldn't hate just reducing it to 1 as well. On top.
Maybe just make it one. And the other thing too is that you probably, if you're gonna make Renaissance walls a thing, the card that comes late game that gives you science. I never really understood why Renaissance walls should produce science for your empire under any circumstances, but maybe you take that out of there too, because
I mean, it's not a lot. You get like 40 science from it if you have academies. And...
yeah. But that's what I'm saying though, is like if you go military academies in Renaissance, it might be you have a dozen cities.
I mean,
you're probably right.
you
Maybe that
don't
late game
have
it's
too many cards to run. Like sometimes you wanna switch in the builder card,
yeah.
wanna run the campus card, and then like
it's hard.
the other slots are kinda occupied.
Yeah, it's probably right. It's probably not. The timing on using it's probably pretty rare.
I mean, I think like 90% of the time you're just better off running amenity cards like liberalism.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, amenity cards in this state of the game for sure. But yeah, I mean, it was the first map. I wasn't sure if they were good because the thing is they had Rush on pretty good free sim on the first map as well, and I thought,
Why did they remap? Like I'll go rewatch the maps, I guess.
Yeah, I think it was just that they were in a pretty good isolation in a lot of circumstances, and they all had really bad spawns. I don't think any of them had a 2/2 base. None of them had a power tile at all. It was like they had really quite like just their capitals alone. I was like, oh my god, none of these guys are going to want to play these spawns. So that was probably part of it. And yeah, I think that they maybe just felt isolated in some of their locations, and yeah.
Did you think this map favored us, by the way?
I think this map favored Russia.
Russia had a good game for sure, yeah.
He had a great game, and um, I think that, if it was like, relatively equal teams, like two really strong teams going against each other in this circumstance, I probably would have put my money, just not considering the teams, but just considering spawns, I probably would have put it on Russia. Like, I don't know how much if you guys saw much of Russia's spawn. I've got it on my stream here.
A bit.
Like, it's just massive, expansive tundra. He still didn't even spawn. Like, you popped up with your samurai there and went into the one city. Like, he still hadn't even spawned all those hills with the the silk and all that. Like, there was another city he could have put, right? Like, he had a lot of beautiful, and then to be not only that, but be completely free sim, lots of mountains for campuses. He had a friend right in front of him to control, his land or whatever. The only concern he had was that coast, and he handled that well. Yeah.
Did he?
Well, I mean,
know. Ben pillaged like, I don't know how much gold he said. I think like 1k at least.
Well, he pillaged
Plaza and stuff.
He pillaged. He did get a bit. He got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pillages off on mines and lumber mills.
Yeah, that's 1k at least.
Yeah, about, if he had the card, and I didn't see any numbers pop up, but about 1k. And he did get the campus, I think, for a couple, the Gov Plaza for sure, Theater Square. He got a fair amount in, but I mean, the thing was, and this is what I was going to point out, these guys are obviously a little bit inexperienced. They made some really good plays. Russia did, especially. Got some really good campuses down, but he had a +6 and 2 +7 campuses and didn't have the double adjacency card in for half the game.
I mean, it's hard to run it.
Is it? I don't know. Maybe.
If you're in Monarchy, it's kind of hard to run it. You wanna run Aesthetics, Theater Squares card, you wanna run Republican Legacy, and then you also wanna run Frescoes for the Atas points.
Yeah, I guess so.
And then every now and then you switch in the builder card.
Yeah, I don't know. It just felt like science. I don't know. Yeah, maybe you're right. But what happened was we could see it coming. I saw like all of a sudden Ben was building swords everywhere, and it was like, oh my god, he's got 20 swords. And I'm like, oh my god, this is musket push o'clock. And I went over and I'm looking, I'm like, oh my god, he had like 58 military strength. He's sitting there with an archer sitting on the incense for whatever reason. I'm like, oh god, this is gonna be so bad. And then, because I thought for sure he was greeting top tree at that point, right? I was like, he's definitely greeting top tree. He's going to get destroyed. And then I clicked on him, and sure enough, he was 3 turns on Cossacks. So I'm like, oh, this is going to work fine. He's got like 1,200 faith, and he's got Cossacks.
I mean, it forced him to go bottom tree. Oh, I mean, he went up bottom tree anyways.
Yeah, he went bottom tree. He never, in fact, at that point, I don't even know if he had buttresses at that point. I'm pretty sure he went almost fully bottom tree.
I don't know why.
I don't know why either. Sure. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is like, I thought, oh shit, he's so screwed. These muskets are going to land. He's not going to have anything to defend it. He's going to be sitting on archers for 15 turns. And then I looked, I'm like, oh, he went completely bottom tree. All right. Shocked. But it ended up saving him in one way. But yeah, it would have been like,
I mean, you want printing anyways to get your double tourism from books. It's not that far from there, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, if you're gonna get printing, you can keep going. But yeah, I guess
if you're the one boosting it, it's still a lot of science that you invest into that.
Exactly.
I don't know why he did that on FreeSim. Seems kind of weird.
Yeah, but I mean, when you think of if those muskets land and he doesn't have, if he doesn't have those Cossacks coming, I mean.
He's still fine because Ben forgot his RAM.
Yeah, well, that's what I was saying. I'm like, I mean, he's just going into like pillage. Like, is he seriously doing a musket pillage push? Like, maybe the horses would have been a better idea because he never sent a battering ram. I'm like, I'm looking around. He's not building one. Like, is he going to buy one and like walk it over for 15 turns? Like, what did he do?
We discussed what to do, whether he goes in with Cuirassiers, which I thought was just a bad idea. Muskets are okay. Like you can actually maybe snipe a city with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or also cavalry might have been an option.
Yeah, just go cover. Well, I mean, I don't know if you watched yesterday.
Of course.
It's just absolutely sad times for my boy Noob. Just
Yeah.
you could see it coming. I'm like,
Cav is really good.
yeah, they could move so quick. If you ever get that promotion for one turn pillage, like say goodbye to your land. That was a really painful experience yesterday to watch. But yeah, there you go. So you said you guys were talking about the games and you broke down. You don't have to give any secrets away.
No.
You made some
I
mistakes.
mean, we just discussed Congress, wonders, and stuff.
Okay. Were you guys surprised by Congress when Ben landed? Did you think that they were gonna like go minus on melee, or do you think that they were gonna go? I thought they would go just plus on the light cav to defend, but then they end up canceling Tordred, which I guess hurt Tordred some. But then you just pivoted to trading with Ben.
But we had military alliance.
So that wasn't good. You had military alliance with him, so yeah, okay, good point, yeah.
I mean, I had culture alliance with Tordred. That means I get level 2. I get extra points and data squares.
Oh, okay, yeah.
From every city that I have a trade or two.
Mm-hmm. So
it hurt a lot. Like, I mean, they had more favors, so they got to decide, but like...
Which one they wanted to win, yeah.
We didn't split correctly still.
Yeah,
like there was a way to split to win. We didn't do it correctly. We, like, I don't know why we thought the middle one was more important. I didn't like that.
Yeah, you guys decided to go with the melee, right? And you guys went all in on that, and then coincidentally they went.
No, I mean we didn't go all in, but we split some points into it, and that wasn't necessary in my opinion, at least.
So, what would you like to do? Just go bottom or trade?
Secret stats.
Okay, no worries. No, that's a good point. Very good. No, that's a very good point.
I mean, it's not good to discuss the way that you split diplo points because then other teams can predict.
Yeah, I completely agree. That was Airline's task. But were you guys surprised that they went with the one? Like I would have thought the military, but I don't know. I guess trade routes. I guess maybe I don't put enough value in canceling trade routes. Is in my head. I guess it's probably more important than I'm getting. It's
pretty impactful. Like if we were only 2 here, it would have hurt a lot more.
Yeah,
it still hurt.
Because especially on 4v4.
Tordred got reformed the coinage and then got cancelled immediately.
Yeah. Yeah, because he went triple golden, right? And that was going to be a ton of money, and then
all of us did. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, everybody except for normal age
Almog.
Yeah. He played well though. You know, I'll give him credit. Like
that forward setter though.
Yeah.
Next to Taruga.
I don't understand what that was. That Adwood settle was insanity.
He wanted to stop them from trading to each other. But then he just lost the city for free.
Yeah, I was wondering. I'm trying to remember the names of cities. I'm like, because I didn't see it get settled, but I saw him having it. I'm like, Adwa, that sounds like, is that Ethiopian city? Like maybe that's because Mvembe's got weird looking names. I'm like, maybe that was an Mvembe settle. And he took it, and I'm trying to, and then I'm like, no, that's somebody in chat clarified it was a settle from Almog. I'm like, whoa. But yeah, I mean, he did, considering he was pressured. You know, he had some nice land to settle back into.
No one could really touch him here.
Yeah. He was able to get back into the mountains. The one thing I will say, and I mentioned it throughout the game, is just like they just put almost. I mean, they were still not at 100 science except for Russia. Like they had beautiful campuses. I mean, their capital. They actually have a district slot in their capital and their second city that they still haven't placed down. And in fact, the AI just put down the campus. As the turns just rolled forward for a couple, they actually put down the +3 campus next to the Gov Plaza finally on turn 95 for them. And I was saying it in chat, like one of the things I break down early on in a game is, okay, who has the position where they'll be able to get good science, right? Like commercial hub's pretty obvious. If it's next to a river, it's good. But like, okay, science becomes pretty important eventually. Who can make good campuses, right? Who's got mountains, who's got fissures, who's sitting out there by themselves with nothing to do. And I was breaking that down. A couple people in chat were saying, why are you so focused on campuses? Who really, is it that really big a deal? Or, I'm like, well, eventually good campuses makes a big difference in the game. And
It's very rare to run rationalism in this game anymore. If you're just sitting in monarchy the whole game.
yeah,
So,
no, it's a
like,
good point, right? It's different compared to,
FFA. Single player, I don't know. Sure.
no, not single player, but just like compared to being merchant, like old world merchant, where
Oh yeah, sure.
you'd be able to run it, whereas monarchy is obviously the new.
You have one discard basically.
Yeah.
And that's probably the rationalism.
Yeah, that's
So,
kind of the one
like,
that gets lost. Yeah.
you don't actually like need +3 campuses anymore, I guess. Not
Yeah.
necessarily.
No, but
But the grade person become much more valuable
yeah,
than just having good amenities or like more cities.
but it's not even necessarily whether it's +3 to hit the rationalism card, but just doubling the adjacency, like that
Sure.
kind of early mid game. Like, I mean, if you can build +3s and +4s, and your buddy's building or your opponent's building 1s and 2s, and then you get to double them. Now you got 8 versus their 4 or whatever. Like, the difference starts to add up, and that gets you to better units faster. And if you have your industrial timing's better or your modern timing's better, you just win, really. So I don't know. Maybe I'm breaking it down a little bit too much. I got all this air to fill of time going by, and I have to talk about something. But it was a fun game to watch. You guys obviously played well, and yeah,
Thank you.
It was a good game. So GG's. You guys are
GG.
still undefeated. Who do you play next week?
No, we had a defeat against CWC
Oh, did you?
when we didn't win culture. Yeah.
Oh shoot, that's right. I watched that game. Yeah, you're right. I completely forgot about that. And then Ulysses went and lost to Joy today. So
I didn't see that yet.
I haven't seen it either.
Check it out.
I watched about the first hour from Jack's perspective, and then I was going to go back and watch Falcons, and then of course, first thing anybody wanted to talk about as soon as they came in here when I started this stream up was, Dido just died in the other game, and I'm like, oh, thanks, spoiler alert, and then like an hour into the game, I got raided by Falcon, and then like 50 people, oh my god. Ulysses just lost. I'm like, yeah. As soon as he raids, obviously the game's over. And then knowing that Dido lost, if the only way that it was going to be a 3 or 4 hours more game if Ulysses ever had a chance to come back from losing a player. So when the raid came in an hour later, I'm like, oh, at least I know who won that. Spoilers alert, but no big deal. Still be an enjoyable match to watch, I'm sure. It was funny because Jack was flexing so hard too. Oh, you should have heard him. Because I just watched, like, he's like, oh, big Mongolia, I pity the pool who spawns next to my boy Genghis. And, like, literally, these are, like, direct quotes, right? I'm like, oh, jeez. And, I mean, you got to give him credit. He comes through with
Did he
Mongolia
ever kill Devries?
He didn't, as far as I know, he didn't kill anybody. He apparently was, quote, unquote, having trouble with whoever DeVries was playing. What was the name of it? I can't remember who DeVries was playing.
DeVries was on goal, I think.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Yeah, it was Jack's having trouble with Gaul or something like along those lines is what somebody said in chat. And so yeah, I'm like, okay, well, that's a surprise. GG's for Gaul. And yeah, I'm surprised like Jack was flexing so hard and then all that
it's
talk.
It's hard to win every match.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
When like there's so much RNG and map situations and like Dido was in so much trouble there right out of the gate. Like that was such a tough spot between Rome and Gaul, and
like I said, I didn't see any of that actually.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there you go.
It out, maybe.
Yeah. Like I honestly don't know what Dido could have done. Like they had a mountain blocking a settle up one way, and then the other way on the coast was settling right in Rome's face. And then they settle the other direction. They're kind of settling in Gaul's face. And then Jack was getting upset about one of the settles that he chose. And it's like, okay, what do I do? Sit on 2 cities? Like I got, he really didn't have anywhere to go. But anyway, I'll let you enjoy that. The dog's going to need some food, I think. Roof. Okay, I'll let you go, buddy. GG's. Thanks for coming in, chat. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for casting.
Yep.
And thanks for the kind words.
Yep.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Okay, that was nice. I thought we were going to miss out on a conversation, and we got one in. So hope you guys enjoyed that. There you go. A little insight from my boy Corny. Very nice of him to come say hello and give us a conversation, a little insight into how the game went for them.